Um, I'm proud of my guys. I'm proud of our team. I thought we competed our tails off. I thought we really grew from the last game. One of the things we talked about for our program was just being selfless in this game and just consuming themselves with this opportunity to play at an unbelievable program. Kentucky's done some amazing things what Coach Calipari's done with this program, and I thought our kids came in and they took advantage of the opportunity. We had some big moments. I thought Trey did some really good things. Trey did some really good things. And what I was most proud of is I thought our culture really grew. But Kentucky's a really good basketball team. You turn it over, they make you pay. The runs come at you really, really fast. But, I thought it was a great test for our program, and I thought we got better, in the game. And I thank for the opportunity. I'm thankful for the opportunity because I think it's going to pay huge dividends for us as we move forward in our season.
All right, first we'll have questions for the student athletes. Again, as mentioned earlier, number 2, Devondre Perry, number 3, Trey Hutchison. If you have a question for one of the student athletes, please raise your hand and we will get a microphone to you.
Hi. One of the things you guys talk a lot about on this team is mentality. How much does mentality play a role in even hanging in as much as you did tonight?
I would say it's huge for our team. Just being mentally tough, physically tough. I'll say the mentality part is more so our culture than anything. And like Coach said, we took a step in bettering our culture.
Yeah, it just helps us. It's giving all you got whenever you have the opportunity to. Picking up the guy next to you, that's just kind of the mentality, the culture that we're trying to build. So that always helps us out, especially in a game like this.
Oscar Sheboy get in foul trouble and was limited. How much did you guys feel like, they just kept coming with more players that, it was just kind of wave after wave?
Yeah, when he came out, they brought in other guys and they made an impact. I thought they ran the floor really well. That kind of started, I think, kind of when he subbed out, but they have a lot of talented guys throughout their roster, so when they brought in new guys, it's still a challenge for us to have to step up to the challenge and embrace it.
They're, like you said, a pretty talented team. They have great depth on their bench. We just had to stick to the game plan, no matter if he was in or not out. But I think we benefited a lot from when he was out of the game, on the rebound battle and just winning the paint battle. But they're a pretty good team. They're very deep on the bench, so.
Any other questions for student athletes? Yes.
What was the difference for you guys between sort of practicing against your teammates to prepare for this, but then actually coming out on the floor and facing these guys? What was that difference like?
I would say the main difference was their length and their speed. Guys, Coach pretty much preached it that they close space really fastly, but their length, we couldn't really emphasize that enough in practice because we didn't have it. And the speed of Willer, he was fast.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Just the speed that once they got the rebound or took the ball up, they got it down the floor. I think that's just something that was a little more advanced than what we've seen, so that was something we had to adjust to a little bit when we're getting back.
I wondered, Wheeler's not the biggest guy. He's only 5'9", yet he's driving all the way to the basket and getting it, up and in. How does a 5'9" guy do that?
He's pretty talented. He got amazing touch around the rim to be 5'9". I know he practiced finishing over guys, especially finishing over length. He says it every day in practice, and he did a great job of finishing when he got there.
Okay, John.
Yeah, you especially, Devondre, it looks like you came out fully confident that you could play with these guys. Do you think the Kentucky name carries the oomph that it used to?
Kentucky's a blue blood program. I feel like the name definitely carries the oomph that it used to. Just Coach Calipari is a great coach, and I felt like as a team we could compete with these guys, give it all we got, and give it our best chance. Confidence level is always going to be there, feel like we can compete on this level, especially a couple of our guys really, really talented and feel like we can compete. So.
Anyone else? Any other questions for the student athletes? If not, gentlemen, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
This time we'll continue with Coach Killings. Questions for the coach. Again, raise your hand. We'll get you a wireless microphone too.
Ask you the same question about Sheboygan gets in foul trouble, yet it seemed like wave after wave.
Yeah.
How does that depth play into the game?
Yeah, I was really concerned about, the fatigue that would come into the game, but I thought our guys responded. We went pretty deep into our bench just to give our guys a breather, try to take guys out before media timeouts. But I didn't think that necessarily we got really fatigued and tired in the course of the game. But you guys have so many different players that can impact the game in different ways. I mean, you have guys on the perimeter that can make shots. Kellen Grady, just drilled shots on the perimeter, which is pretty impressive. But then you can get guys that can isolate you, and you guys put a lot of pressure on the paint, which makes it really challenging, for your one-on-one defense and your team defense because it just never stops. And I thought we were getting some momentum in the course of the game in the second half. I thought we were doing some really good things, but then we just couldn't stop the run. And once the runs start, against a program like this, it happens fast, and, it can get away from you pretty quick.
Coach, you mentioned Grady there. He's still kind of learning how to play in a different role than what he did at Davidson. How important is he to what Kentucky does when he can hit those shots on the perimeter?
Yeah, I actually coached against him when I was at Marquette. We played him. He was at Davidson. He was impressive. I mean, he made timely shots, and I thought he did that today. And when you think about a kid like him as you get deeper into your season, guys that can stretch the floor and make shots and are really unfazed. He made 2 big shots in the course of this game. If he can do that down the stretch, it's going to take the team to another level.
Yeah, so you stay in Kentucky for a neutral site game back in Richmond. What do you think was the biggest takeaway for you from this game that you're going to take into your game against Eastern Illinois?
So the schedule we put together is to give our guys confidence. We've played some really good basketball teams. LaSalle, Towson, Harvard. Harvard's an unbelievable storied program. Eastern Kentucky is a really good program. Kentucky obviously is one of the best programs in the country. I think what our guys are learning is we can play and compete with anybody. So I'm hoping as we get deeper into our season, it's going to give our team confidence, our individuals confidence, because we've taken it to such a high level so quick. And I think we became a better team, in the course of these last 2 games. We had some really hard conversations going into this game just about who we are and what we're trying to become, and I think our guys responded. And then also just an opportunity to come out here for 5 or 6 days and be in a hotel together, being around each other all day, every day. It's a chance to become a family, and I think we took a really good step for our program today. It wasn't a result we wanted, but we competed and we represented our program the right way.
What do you think made the difference in sort of the back end of the second half? Was it the speed of Kentucky?
I thought in the first half, the guy that set the tone for the game was Jamel Horton. I thought it was the best game of his season this year for us. I think in the second half, it's just the runs. I think reason why Kentucky's Kentucky, there are guys on the floor that just drill shots, that step up and make plays. And I thought, we got some good shots. We got to the rim a couple of times. We came up empty, and then they go down and they make. And to be honest with you, the game of basketball comes down to making and missing. And they just made more than we did at the right times, and it just created more space than we could dig into. And that's what makes them a really good program, and that what makes their players really good. But I think our guys learned, and then I think as we go forward, I think we can be really good because we understand what it takes to win games like this and the other games that we played.
Anyone else for the coach? Anyone else? Last call. Oh, another one here.
What does it mean to put up a performance like this in front of Bruiser Flint, one of your mentors, and John Calipari?
You want to come in here and compete. I know that much. I wasn't trying to come in here and get embarrassed. But it's great. To be honest with you, the best part of the game for me is I could tell Coach Calipari was getting upset with his guys, and that means our guys are competing and playing the right way. And that's all I wanted. I wanted our guys to feel like they had a chance, and they did. And we gave them a run. We gave them all we had. That's awesome. And, to come down after the game and for Coach Cal and Coach Flint to say they're proud of what we're doing it the right way. That means that we're on our process and we're headed in the right direction. And I thought it was pretty cool. And, I think people walk away from this place like the Albany men's basketball team competes and they play tough and they're aggressive. And I think they were impressed. And that's what we want to do. We want to play the right way.
Anyone else? If not, Coach, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Everybody have a good holiday.